Welcome, welcome, welcome.
You
Welcome to another edition of
talk
Talk
your
Your Shit.
shit.
I'm E.
I'm Jazz.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Tonight we're gonna be talking about baby mother and baby father.
Oh, what a topic.
I guess the daily, how that all go together and the drama between the two. And,
Relationship,
yeah, and
communication, I guess.
all of that. We're gonna cover all of that. So this is gonna be very interesting. For those who haven't baby mother and baby father issues, you know what I'm saying? This may help y'all. You know what I mean? This me, for those who know, I have six baby mothers and working on my eighth kid. So very diverse, very diverse. For me.
I got one baby father, and then it's gonna be my husband right here.
$5, y'all.
I'm not.
$5, y'all. $5.
Father's not. So I'm not calling him my baby father.
Okay. So eight, one wife, one husband. Pretty much, wanna kick it off?
Well, you go ahead and kick it off.
Okay. All right.
I feed off the energy. I feed off the you.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. So when you have this separation, relationship ain't go right for whatever matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That for whatever reason, anything that happened in that relationship, other than you know involving a kid, should be put to the side. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that, I mean once that relationship has ended and y'all decided to co-parent, that's exactly what it is. It's co-parent. One parent don't have more power than the next.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. Unfortunately, somewhere down the line, it never gets in there.
So
one parent always think they have more power, whether it's the mother or the father. One of the parents always seem to think that they have more than the other. When the actuality is you're a team trying to accomplish one goal.
which is to raise your kid appropriately and responsibly together.
Exactly. That means anything other than that,
It's null and void, basically.
pretty much anything other than that. That does not mean your girlfriend play a role, boyfriend play a role. That's not what that means. Understand what this is. This is two parents trying to coexist without being together and raising this child. Nothing more, nothing less.
I think where some things get mixed up in is like boundaries.
Mm.
Boundaries is a very big thing. Like I don't think like when you're together is one thing. Yeah, decide stuff together, but when you're separate, I don't think people really say like, "Oh, I might not be comfortable with this," or "Hey, before you do some type of stuff, even though this is your kid too, can we discuss it first or something like that before you
Agree.
just
I have to most definitely agree. It's best to when this split becomes, it's best to sit down and talk and get some type of understanding and boundaries of between one another. What's allowed and what's not allowed. Some people feel like okay, when they get separated, they don't want another woman around their kid. They don't want another man around their kid. You know what I'm saying? So things of that nature most definitely need to get put up front on the table.
yeah.
This is trust me, you do this stuff ahead, it makes everything else run smooth. Communication is key. This is probably why your relationship didn't work nonetheless, because no communication.
Sure. Communication is a
So
big thing.
communication is plays a big part of when you're in this. Gotta be able to communicate. Gotta still in some way it's still a relationship because you still have to
Build
compromise. You have to still deal with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got to play it fairly on both ends. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all have to work as a team.
Most definitely.
It's neither bigger than one of y'all because At the end of the day, neither y'all does not matter anymore. What only matters is the child well-being.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything else irrelevant. Everything else irrelevant. You have to mutually understand each other. Period.
And you gotta make sure the kid understands also. Like, don't be sitting here down talking. Like, if y'all get into argument, don't sit here and down talk the
Yes.
other parent to the kid.
Yes.
That has an effect on the kid. That
That
has an
most
effect on how the
definitely.
kid treats that parent or what they might feel as they grow up or grow older. And that's just no.
Adult stuff should stay between adults.
Exactly.
Kid stuff should stay between kids. Keep the child out of it.
Right. There's
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
you
It's
upset, you mad about something. All right, you take your time to cool. Don't go sitting here like, oh, that's why your father ain't this, that, and the third. Your mother is whatever. Like, no, you mad with that. You not, you mad at that person. Take your time, cool down, try to figure it out. But don't go sit here and telling the kid this and that and the third about because the kid is not in. That they got a whole different relationship with that person. That's their mother, and you their father, or vice versa. So don't sit here and do that. That's real messed up.
yeah. You creating an image from your perspective.
Right.
They're not in that lane, to have that image.
Right.
You're putting an image on something that only you can understand. The child does not understand it. Yes, the child sees and understands to a certain extent what's going on, but they does not understand the full roles of what's being done by one another.
Or what happened before, none of that. And you also gotta realize you got these kids nowadays is very smart, very smart.
Very
So
attentive.
they get older and they start seeing like, oh, mommy and daddy don't get along, or when they arguing, they might feel like, oh, they can get over. Like, oh, so if mommy's mad at daddy, she might say yes to some stuff that she wouldn't usually agree to.
Right.
They try to get over. Kids,
And this is when when the kid come in to kind of play play each other against one another.
Mhm.
You know. Also, you you want to make sure that you setting the rules for what's being taking place between you. I cannot stress that enough. You got to. You know what I'm saying? You most definitely got to. Now I know it'd be a lot of talk about, the dad ain't doing this or the dad get him on the weekends, this, that, and the third. From my experience, like I said, I got six. So from my experience, that's not always how the father wants to go. I can only speak from my side. From my side, being a parent who get his kids on the weekend, it's not more like, oh, okay, that's just something I want to do. For some reason, it always go like that. Like I don't know who made the call of the parent, in that whole demonstration. Like the parent just automatically live with the mother and the father get them on the weekends.
It's like the court systems. They usually always
Right, but I'm saying what
who
without
came
the
up with
court,
that?
yeah, like who really came up with that idea? Because I'll be the first one to say, if no other dude say, I don't think that's fair. And the reason I say I don't think that's fair because me, I'm the type of person that like to engage with my kids on everything. I had one child living with me, one of my kids living with me now. So I like to engage in that school, all of that. Like I like doing that. So I mean, I had a one time I had told my baby mom, I would like to switch just for a year, just switch. Let me take all of the kids during the school year, and y'all try just the weekend. I feel like that kind of balance, give it works for both of us. You know what I'm saying? It works for both of us because we both parents in this, and I want the equal thing in this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, you'll get, for dudes who are in their parent, who are in their kids' life, you know, like to call some bullshit ass shit part time. That not a part time anything. There's no such thing as part time parent. Either you're a parent or you're not. Ain't no just because I get them on a weekend or she get them on a weekend, she's a part time mom or he's a part time dad. A parent is a parent. Period.
You taking care of your
You
responsibility
taking
as
care
a
of your
parent.
responsibility. It does not matter. If you don't like that particular parent only getting this time, then hey, change it. Nobody says that y'all have to stick to the normal. And when I say the normal, it's somewhere normal being, oh, dad get them on the weekend, mommy got them on the weekday. You know what I'm saying? You can always switch that. That does not have you does not have to stick to what society has already built. That's the problem in a lot of these situations. It goes back to what society has already built for us. You're thinking that you're thinking this over own free will, but follow back. When has that been a rule? Bring some proof to show where that it has always been that way, where it's written down. We're not talking about court system. We're talking about just.
I don't think it's been a rule. I just think now that I'm thinking about it, really, like I think it just goes back to like mom's always the nurturer. Mom's always the one in the house taking care of the kids and doing all that stuff. So it's like I guess it just seems like moms always are more nurturing usually than dads are.
True, but
got some nurturing dads out there, but usually moms are more nurturing than dads. Baby comes, we carry them, we breastfeed. We just kind of play a slightly bigger role than the dads do, just from the beginning of life.
But that's the thing. It doesn't have to stay that way.
It doesn't, no.
It doesn't. Unfortunately, that's the way it keeps. And then once it keeps that way, the dad constantly hears that. I know, like I said, me being and having 6 baby mama, every now and then I used to hear that. That shit was annoying me because I was around like my kids. Tell you like, if my kids couldn't go, I ain't going nowhere. When EJ was first born,
I remember you told me that. Yeah.
Man, fuck. I don't give a fuck where was that. If my kid couldn't come, I couldn't come. We riding all day around, all me. Then I wasn't being there. Don't look at me to be there. I don't care what's going on, who doing what's going on the block, what's popping around the way. I ain't care about none of that. If my son couldn't be there, or if it wasn't for my son to be there, shit, don't look for me not to be there. Please don't look, because I never come. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I think, especially, and I say this, I'm not going to say just in African American community in our homes. You know what I'm saying? But more so, that's where you more find it at. You know what I'm saying? It's more so. It's like kind of the social world breaking up united African American families. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's one part that still get broken up to this day because and look at it like it turned from a us team to a you versus I.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I do this. Well, I do this. Or you do that. And why can't we just do team? If we're doing everything as one, who can say who's not doing what?
Well, you see, what happens there is it's never just a me and you type of thing. It's always me, you, family, cousins, whoever, friends.
True.
Because okay. We don't. When you have a problem or a situation, or you feel some type of way, if you not the type of person necessarily be like, you feel like you like, it might turn into something. Let me just go ask somebody for advice. So now you getting 4 or 5 other people's opinions and advice in it, and now you in your head like, all right, maybe this seemed like, or you going with the most general answer that you've gotten, like, okay, so they all saying this, so I'm gonna just go this way with it. And I feel like sometimes with certain situations and baby mother, baby father relationship, that's where the problem comes in because you're not really thinking like what's best for you, that other parent, and the kid. You're listening to everybody else and what they're saying. Like, okay, well, this is how everybody else saying. Instead of saying, okay, this is how they handled it.
This is
what's
how
the way, right? What's the best way for us to handle it?
Facts.
So you could always listen to the advice and take it into consideration.
Right, but it's not to taint you on the simple fact that it's literally facts. On the simple fact that it's not their problem. It's more so of y'all thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What works for y'all? Because what works for others may not work for y'all.
True.
So y'all have to find what stuff that actually works. This is once again big part of communication, talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? This is not a competition. Parents should never be competing to see who's the better parent. Because at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And at the same time, it should go as a team. So if this parent failing, then we're failing. If this parent is, you know what I'm saying, doing right, then we're both doing right. We should be playing this together. Now, I know there's some deadbeat motherfuckers out there.
Moms and dads.
We ain't talking to you motherfuckers. You're not a part of this. We don't give a fuck about what's going on with you. If you missing out, then fuck you. You just missing out. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It's that simple. We're talking to the parents that actually want to be parents.
Who are parents
Who
every
are
day,
parents on every day,
365 a year.
doing everything they can to get this parent thing right. Because as we all know, as parents, there's not a book to this.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of go on with the motions. You know what I'm saying? So, but nonetheless, it's better when you got two people tackling instead of one tackling. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It makes it a lot easier. Not everything has to be a competition. Not everything got to be her versus me or me versus her. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't even be that way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all created this life together.
Right.
Whatever may have occurred in that moment when y'all created this life, it was love and it was passion there. That needs to be emphasized in the same way that y'all handled that kid when structuring him or her to pursue further life. That's what that should be. That same passion, that same love should be still fucking there because that is what created this child, and that's what you're gonna still need to continue to create this child of yours that y'all having. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we need to, as people, we need to stop going back and forth with the whole you versus me. You know what I'm saying? It's ways to have everything done that need to be done as long as y'all communicate. And it ain't always about what I want. It ain't about never about what y'all two want. It's about what's best for the child. Yep. Period. It's what's best that works for that child. I know a lot of times, we even get caught up in, small things, I want them to have this, I want them to have this, or you seen this, I want my listen, sometimes
I get it. I was like that a little bit with my daughter, like holidays, like, oh my God, I want her to have a good Christmas, a good Easter, all that stuff. And it's like, oh, I didn't do all that as a kid, so it's like, do they really need to have that? I'm like, but I grew up like that. I want her to
right. And like see, that. A lot of times that comes because, we think about what we didn't have as a kid and how we want to. But
definitely.
I'm going to say this. If you don't have the necessities as yourself to live like that, you can't expect to have that same necessities when it comes to your kid to live like that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want the best, but what I'm saying is you should not be moving off of just thinking like this, I want all of this glamorous for my kid, and you cannot bring that for yourself. You feel me? Because you can't have it for yourself. You most definitely is going to be hard as hell to have it for that child. You know what I'm saying? If you already don't have that financial stability where you can go and get exactly everything you see for your kid,
right?
It's impossible for you to try to do that if you don't have it now. It's impossible. You're gonna make yourself look stupid. You know what I'm saying? You're really gonna make yourself look stupid. You're gonna beat yourself up about it. And as a parent, we already go through enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's no need to put more shit on it. As long as they got clothes on their back, food in their stomach, and a roof over their head, baby, they good. We ain't trying to keep up with whoever the fuck we trying to keep up with. Because a lot of times that stuff go to waste. Have you ever sat back and thought about all the money you spent on birthday, especially when they born? Oh my God! Like, oh yeah, we gonna outdo this birthday party.
I don't think Stick has never had like a birthday party. Like, wow, running out of place, and we've always just like her first birthday. It was just a little cake.
Okay.
Second birthday, I was in a temp agency, so I really didn't have money coming like that. So I got a little frozen was ice cream cake from the supermarket. I ordered some pizza. And I was in the house with my sister, and it was a family little get together. We sang happy birthday and all that. She ate the pizza, dug her hands in the cake, well, her slice. I didn't let her dig in the whole cake. But yeah, but like third birthday, that's when I think her dad decided he wanted to do something, so we No, actually, third birthday she was down here. I took her to Port Discovery. I just let her run around, and then we went out to what Uno's
Okay.
downtown, and she ate. She actually did all that running around Port Discovery, ate some food, had a little bit to drink, not kid juice, but just which I know that, but
Yeah,
you
because
know.
some of y'all retarded. Like, damn, drink. No, bitch, you didn't let nobody drink.
No, she had
They
like a
said
little
some
apple
fruit punch,
juice,
some apple
right?
juice,
That's
something, something.
it.
Retarded
And
motherfuckers, you
yeah,
know. But
because always somebody out there like,
it's
oh my
somebody, oh my
god.
God, word, they let them drink. No, bitch, nobody drink. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, she never had like a real. I think the biggest thing we done was her fourth birthday. We took her to New York, and he like, but there was a bunch of other kids. Just took her to a Chuck E. Cheese, let her run around with her, play the games with her, and all that stuff. Right. Sang her happy birthday. Had pizza, cake. Yeah, but I never like rented out a place. Got this person do face paintings and music, and I never had the money for that, and I didn't have that as a kid. And it was just like my mom. She used to be like, "All right, what's your favorite meal? What you want? Whatever on our birthday, whatever was our favorite meal, she cook it."
Like that too.
Mom would cook the meal, and she would make a homemade birthday cake, and she let us decorate it and put the frosting and all that stuff on it.
Now on my hand, that's hers with her one. Mine, I got four and then some. So when I got to my 4, it was different. Like I stopped doing the individual birthday parties. They're like, oh, this is way too much money.
Expensive, yeah.
So what we're gonna do is at the end of the year, I have a big party for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I keep it just them. Like we'll all do something together. You know what I mean? I can get each one of them, ask them, what they would like to do, what you would like to do, and try to incorporate into one big activity, one big ass activity, and one big ass party. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody just celebrate.
Where everybody just celebrate each other's birthday all together. Moving up to 7 now, I most definitely don't do the birthday party. I don't have none back to back, but I have some like I would say every other month. Just about every other month, I have a birthday. So it's not that bad for me, on the birthday tip. And my kids, they simple.
See, I don't know how mine's gonna be
They're not
because
expensive. At least for me, they're not.
See, I tend to get pregnant around the same time.
Oh shit.
So like my daughter's birthday is 2 weeks before my birthday. And the one I'm currently pregnant with, I'm due on my birthday, which I'm praying he just wait a day. I really just want my own day. I really do.
I'm gonna pray for you. Come on, buddy.
This one your fault. What you mean? What you mean? And then your birthday is like 4 or 5 days after my birthday. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I know he's really not big on his birthday like that, but still. I just feel I'm like the type of person, I get excited for people's birthdays and parties and stuff like that. And I always want to do stuff. So I just be like, man, like I'm ready to go shopping and get a gift and put it in a little bag. And
you be like that on my birthday, I'm gonna roll you right out the bed. Go over all of that. What? No, we're not.
What you gonna do? Like it's already bought, it's already there, so it don't matter. Like
I'm gonna be at my house.
I can get into your house. Anyway, like I said, I get excited when it comes to people's birthday. I think sometimes I'll be more excited. I don't get as excited like that for my birthday, especially now that I'm older. Cause I never know what to do, and I don't have a lot of friends. I literally got like one friend who's in New York, and yeah, like I'm here now in another state, and I don't socialize with people like that no more. It's not like when you was in high school, middle school, you got class together, you hung out after school, you get to know each other. Now it's like I don't want to talk to them. A little bit. Yeah. I'm just saying. Okay. But back to the topic, baby motivation. I was just saying, we must get a little off topic. But yeah, I was just saying, it's just different stuff. But back to the kids.
But yeah, like that shouldn't occur, It's way too often we see too much of it, and like I say, ladies, I totally understand, it's a lot of fathers out there that ain't doing shit. We just gonna call it what it is. That ain't shit.
But let's not even put it just for fathers.
It's some mothers out here that's in that same
that's
boat
like
that ain't shit. You know
I feel like that's a misconception.
So I say this: if you got a parent that's trying to be there, value that, because you could have the opposite. No matter how many they have, if they still trying to play that role all the way through, value that. It's not the time for you to break them down because they can't do as much as you would like them to do or as much as you're able to do, especially if you're the one parent that only had that one child. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's not your fault, no, and it's not on you that that other parent decided to have other kids, whatnot. But keep in mind, if it was you in that position, you have multiple
You will
kids.
want that.
You want that same courtesy. So it's
Yep.
all about having respect and courtesy for one another and looking at it at that situation like, well, look, dang, this person got multiple kids, so I can't always expect for him to give more to one child, knowing he got multiple. I know most definitely I don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? I give all my kids equally. You know what I'm saying? If I can't give to one, then all of them can't have it. And that's just the way it is. If I can't do it for one, then they just can't have it. Like, I'm sorry. My pockets ain't sitting on a couple of M's. You feel me? We're in the hood and we still struggle time out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that should
So,
be explained to certain things. Kids get upset, and I feel like that should be explained to them. Like, listen, I know you wanted to do this with your dad, or you wanted your dad to do that, or your mom to do that, but they can't. Certain stuff you can explain to kids and break it down and kid terms so they can understand. Because I feel like kids get upset like, well, my dad or my mom won't do this or get you this, that, and the third. And I feel like that's just how you need to sit them down and be like, all right, let's calm down. Let me explain to you why that is. So they're not just running around here thinking like, oh, my dad don't care about me, or my mom don't care about me, or they don't love me, or they just being mean or whatever, because
right.
sometimes kids get like that. They
Yeah.
just think like,
They
because
just
they
think.
don't understand that
Right,
they're
right.
kids.
I'll say this also. Don't be mad at me. Don't get mad at me because our kids do shit over your house that they wouldn't dare do at my house.
Mm.
If you follow this, if we get on the same page as disciplining over both places, they will understand that this is not tolerated here or there. If one parent is lacking on that disciplinary at their home, then that's the behavior that you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all keeping it the same behavior patterns from house to house, then y'all won't have that problem. Y'all will see the same structure in that kid.
I feel like that can be hard sometimes
And most
because
definitely be hard because
everybody is
more than likely,
raised and disciplined as kids different.
not only that, but most times, you know, boys fear their father. On most times, and most times daughters are, daddy's little girls, so they get away with things. You know what I'm saying? So and vice versa when it comes to mother and son. Their mother is more the one who gives them,
More of what they
more of what they
want,
want. Versus the daughter may be getting
a
be a
little bit
little
more
bit
harsh
harsh
because
when it
they.
comes to the mother. So it's all about finding that balance. Mine's, I treat all my kids equally. Daughter or not, boy or not, the world gonna treat you equally. You know what I'm saying? So I get my kids prepared for the world, and I carry them like that. I carry them both equally. You know what I'm saying? My kids will tell you. I'm quick to say if you know something is wrong and you done it, then you should be woman or man enough to deal with that, whatever that consequence is. Consequences is something that I teach my kids now. And my ages range from 12 to 2. So I most
Literally newborn.
definitely, he going to be getting the lessons early. You know what I'm saying? When you giving out story time, I'm giving out lesson time. You feel me? that's what I'm doing. I'm
I feel like you're
incorporating this
gonna have
stuff
a
early.
lot of. I feel like the youngest ones get in the least amount of trouble because they see everybody else older than them, the stuff that they do, and I feel like they get away with a lot more because of that too.
They do.
I feel like they get
Only
away
if they
with
very observant. Only if they
right
very observant.
too.
If they very observant, they look. I ain't doing that. I just seen boy. I just seen your ass get whipped for that. I know not to follow that. My daughter Riley most definitely be keening in on that. She most definitely be
Oh
like,
yes,
yeah.
I'll be watching because she be watching like she
She
be.
stand back and watch. Especially I tell you, she'll stand back and watch.
He get
You
popped.
got popped for that. I ain't doing
She'll
that.
stand right there, just look at him like.
I ain't doing that. Feel sorry for you, buddy. Thanks for the lesson.
And she's so you won't even know she did because she's so quiet. She just I told him that too. I said, yeah, she gonna be the one that be trying to get away with stuff. I said she gonna be the one that might be a little good at being sneaky. Like you're not gonna catch everything she do. She gonna get away with some stuff.
She gonna fall the crack on some things. Yeah.
She probably will, but I said she
Keep my
gonna
head
get
on
she
the
gonna
swivel.
I said she gonna get away with some stuff. I seen it. I watched how she move. All the kids move, and I be like, yeah, this is gonna be the one that. I'm like, how much you gonna bet this one gonna be the one to do that? I said, I'm telling you, watch.
Yeah, but when it comes to baby father and baby mothers, like we need to be in a part. It's a partnership. It's not one to do is better. If you feel like you do more, then that means you need to talk to your significant other or partner, and and figure out where's the ball being dropped and how can we pick it up.
So I got a question.
Oh.
How talking about baby mothers, baby fathers? How do you feel about that term, baby mother? Like me personally, I don't like that term. I don't like.
I feel
I
like
don't
when I
like
hear
being
it, you
called
feel
a
like
baby mother.
automatic negativity.
But
I
I
feel
don't
like
want
it's
to
so
be
much
called a baby
negativity. Like,
mother.
oh shit.
I feel like it puts a bad,
yeah, it puts
like an
it's so much.
omen or something on
Yeah,
you,
because
like
it's
this.
so much negativity when you hear that. Like,
I feel like if you call somebody baby father, they ain't shit.
yeah, automatic like
You automatically think they a deadbeat.
Oh, that's your baby father. Like that's the first thing. Oh, that's that nigga.
Right. Like,
no, bitch, that's the nigga.
right, like that's I don't like being called baby mother, like the mother of your child.
Right.
Like I don't like that term. I'm not a baby mother because I feel like baby mothers is just like bitter and angry and just like
right. Yeah, I'm most definitely not your baby father.
Like
I mean, my baby mothers, we go down drama, but I hope that they see that no matter what, I'm behind them all the time. No matter how we bump heads, I'm always supportive. You know what I'm saying? I'm always at least try to be always supportive. You know what I'm saying? We we bump heads, and when we bump heads, I'm not the one that's like, I used to be like one like, you know what, fuck you then. But I guess as I'm getting older, it's more like, like, you know what, all right, we beefing about that, but this problem right here ain't got nothing to do with that. So I know how to cut that cordial, cut that shit to the side. Like, all right, we beefing about this. Just in fact, remember one of my baby mothers, we beefing about something. I forgot what he's beefing about, but nonetheless, my man called me and told me a story about some dudes getting smart with her. I call her and I'm like, yo, so we just talked a couple of days ago, and this happened around the same time we talking. You didn't tell me about this. Like I was really in her ass about like you didn't tell me some nigga crack slick and all of that shit because at the end of the day, I look at it more so regardless of what her beefing about. This is still the mother of my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No telling how that could have went and could have went bad for my kids.
Right.
So it's not more so about how I feel I had at the time, or man, I ain't saying out of our time. This is on a bigger scale, on a bigger level. Like, hey, look,
right, because something happened
to you, that's going to affect our kids, and that's an issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's our problem. Right. It's no longer your problem anymore. It's our because it's affecting our kids. You know what I'm saying?
I really respect you for that a lot.
Now,
some people be like, oh well, she.
Oh no, I ain't.
She got herself into that.
No, fuck that. I don't give a fuck how she got herself into it. I don't care about none of that. Listen, why the fuck you ain't tell me about all right, do I gotta pull up? Cause shit could go down. You know what I'm saying? I don't play about my baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? We get into it, but nonetheless, I know regardless of how I feel about whatever they did for us to bump heads, at the end of the day, I will feel even shittier as a person and as a father to the kids that we have to allow the shit that we had bump heads get involved in between and some fact that their mothers are not there and that could have been prevented. Or something about their mother could have been prevented had I would have stepped my foot in, you know what I'm saying? Or put my hands on it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I most definitely that's something that y'all most also want to think about, and like I say, I haven't always been like this, so it's a lot of it comes with age and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge and saying like, it's a circle. It's a circle. And what we speaking of is the normal circle. You know what I'm saying? You hear everybody who got baby mothers and baby fathers, y'all always going back and forth. That's a circle that need to be breaking. You know what I'm saying? And it needs to be broken because soon as you hear, that's what you think about. Like ladies, if you dealt with a dude who got multiple baby mothers, when you hear that, the first thing you hear, like, I don't want no baby mama drama. Jazzy be the first one to tell you. Since she been dealing with me,
I think that was.
she don't get none of
I
that.
don't. And honestly, you know what? I didn't
It's a
judge
respect thing with
you
me.
because we were friends first. I didn't judge you when you told me you had every baby rose. I was just like, I think one of the questions I asked you is how does that work when you are dating? Because
Yeah, like,
do you, I think I asked like, do you have problems between you dating somebody and
and I
the baby
well the
rose? And
first
you was just like, no, like they
the
all
first two
know,
years,
like
but after a while, I figured out like, look, I'm gonna respect whoever you dealing with, and you gotta respect whoever I deal with. It's got to be a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? So it just y'all just gotta find it. You know what I mean, somebody gotta step up, and it don't matter who it is. You know what I mean? And it don't matter how many times you step up. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, each one teach one, and you still learning. You know what I'm saying? That shit is always a process and always a learning thing. So you most definitely gotta learn. And hopefully, your actions rub off and kind of get them in the same motion. So no, I can't tell you the last time I had baby mama issues with my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you that. And I never had those kind of issues
I had
with
no
my baby
problem
mothers,
judging them
like
at all.
with them dating. If anything, I remember a couple of times I even tried my baby mother on help on finding, you know, somebody else to deal with. Yeah, I'm a different type of breed. I ain't got time for all
I
that. If you
never
better,
had
I'm trying to help you date. You be better all you want. You
a.
think you about to get me back? Nah, baby. What's about to happen is I'm about to hook you up with Tyrone down the street. He told me he was eyeballing you, when we were together. You know what I'm saying? I hope Tyrone's still eyeballing. Hoping he open for business because
Oh
you
my
about to be
god!
Tyrone's next appointment because you
Stop.
can't be fine. Sweet, I'm sorry, real
I was
shit.
like, I've never had a problem with my daughter's father dating somebody else. That wasn't my problem. My problem was he just was he was hopping too quick
Oh, okay,
from one
okay,
to the one to the one, and then every
okay,
time he would
okay.
get a new one, he's like, "Oh, they want to meet," and I'm like, "Pause."
Yeah, yeah.
No, see what's not about to happen is you got these. We still young. I had my daughter when I was 18. Like I said,
Right,
she
okay.
2 weeks before my birthday before I turned 19. So it was like he still wanted to be out there. I'm like, listen, and he was mad that who I was with at the time.
Right.
But that person was, he was there for the birth of my daughter. He fathered my daughter for 5 years before, we ended our situation, our relationship or whatever. He was there. So
Right.
my thing is, I wasn't hopping around. Now I don't mind, like you got a girlfriend, y'all being serious, y'all talking about building together and all that stuff. Cool. That's who I want her to meet. That's who I want to be around her.
Okay.
She's gonna respect me. I'm gonna respect her. I don't have no problem with him dating. But what you're not about to do is sit here and have a girlfriend for 3 weeks and then have this chick for another 3 weeks to a month and this one
I
and
can
this one
understand that. I can understand, especially.
no, like
I mean, I can understand it because, like I say,
that's
kids see
creating an image
every
that I don't
fucking
want.
thing, and and the image that they may pick up is an image that you may not think that they seeing. And believe me, a father of fucking 7 going on 8 or going on 9 actually, going on 9, they most definitely see every fucking thing. Like, and if you paying attention, if those who have kids are older now, and you having kids that just having a kid on top of what you have already, you see that the younger they are, the more smarter they are. Not saying that the older are less smarter, but you see comparing to
They're just
when
paying
the
a little more
oldest one
attention.
was around the same age, wasn't aware as much as the newer one, you know what I'm saying, or your most recent child. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, my daughter
they are
definitely
very,
kids pick up on stuff quick.
very,
Like
yeah, they're
if
very
my daughter
attentive,
feels like I'm
very, very
sad or
attentive.
if I'm sitting by myself talking, "Mommy, you okay?" Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
they most
Thank
definitely
you.
are very attentive. But
Yeah.
we gotta do better with this baby mama, baby father issue. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, our kids need both of us. And I don't know if you're looking outside, and then if you're paying attention to the youth now, they most definitely need that hand on them, that guidance on them more than ever. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it.
Yeah.
Your kid is coming into this generation. If your kid is just born, your kid is born into this era. You know what I'm saying? So you most definitely want to make sure that you putting the right ingredients on this kid. So
Yeah.
as you letting them marinate, when they get ready, time for them to go outside, and it's this world of ours, they'll be ready. I mean, they won't be subject to all of the bullshit and negativity that they see. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna see it.
Yeah.
They most definitely gonna
The
see
peer
it.
pressure, all of it.
All of it. So you wanna impeach this kind of stuff into them right now. You know what I'm saying? You wanna get this kind of this stuff now. Like I mean, a lot of things. I because of how things is, I learned how to discipline my kids differently now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm way different than most parents is with their kids, and I gotta be because times is changing. So I gotta get on it. You know what I'm saying? I can't fall because the old ways worked back then, but
Don't work
don't work
always.
sometimes always now. So you gotta find new ways and new methods. You know what I'm saying for the work so you can get a handle on whatever situation that you're having with your kid, whether they're acting up or whether you're trying to teach them something or how to be a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? You gotta incorporate different
Right.
things. You know what I'm saying? So it's different tools and different methods. And me, I'm always trying to find a different tool and different method to exercise these things.
And every method is not necessarily going to work on every kid. Every
Facts.
kid is different. Some kids you might just be able to talk to, like, listen, what you did was unacceptable. I'm very disappointed in you. And for that one kid, that might break them down. They might feel so bad they'll never do it again. You'll never have to have that conversation with them again. Other kids, you might have to put a little bit more pressure. You know, you might
Yeah,
have to
pressure might be
discipline. Might
needed.
need an ass whooping. Might need a talking to and an ass whooping. You know, might need somebody else to talk to them. You know,
Facts.
every kid is different. And I see what my parents was talking about when I was young. They were like, man, the youth is it's terrible, and I'm scared for when I get older and y'all the ones in charge, stuff like that. I see what they talk about because now I see what the younger generation. I'm like,
Mm.
like
Y'all
this,
ain't gonna make it.
right. Like I feel
Y'all
like my
ain't gonna
parents
make it.
now, like
Yeah,
I
y'all might
see
not
what
make
they
it.
was talking about when they saw us growing up or certain kids in our youth growing up. They like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna trust y'all when I get old and I need disability and whatever. I see that with the youth growing up now. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried myself.
Yeah,
Like,
most definitely. You know what I mean, and this is just one thing that happens way too often. You know what I mean, I understand. Relationship comes. Things happen. You know, whatever happens in that relationship, whoever's wrong, that has nothing to do with the kid. Once a kid get involved, it's beyond that kid.
it's
Everything
nothing's
should be
about
about that
you.
kid. It's nothing about what happened. You need to get over it and move on with it. You know what I'm saying? Because your full sole focus is now is this
Raising that
kid.
kid to
You know what I'm
be
saying?
a
That's all that matters. It don't
upstanding
matter why
citizen.
y'all not together no more. It really don't matter. Once that life is being born, man, that shit does not matter anymore. Cause that's not gonna change that kid from being here. You know what I'm saying? That's
Nope.
not. That's not.
They here.
They here.
And they ain't asked to be here neither.
Right. So they most definitely didn't ask for the bullshit to come. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we as people, we as parents, need to get rid of that whole baby father and baby mother typical idea where we have to be at each other's throat. It can be a support system. It's nothing wrong with y'all two supporting each other to take care of this child. It's nothing wrong with you and your baby mother being on good terms, and baby father on good terms.
And
It's nothing. Shit,
if
I
you
took
have,
her around my baby mother sister, wasn't it? Baby mother sister party
hmm
recently. Like I have always been able to do that with certain baby mothers. Now some of my baby mothers got it, some of them don't. I hope they get it. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, for the ones that I do take around, you feel me? It's good to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Not have to worry about drama and
right,
oh
and
shit, they
they
about to
were
get into it, they
cool.
about to be fighting and all
Oh
that.
no,
No, we don't do all of that.
I'm not even a conference. It takes a lot for me as a person to blow up, so I'm not even a confrontational person at first. Like me, I'm the type. I'm like a ticking time bomb.
I'm just more of a respect thing.
So
Respect is so big on me for me. You know what I'm saying? It really is a big thing to me. So I most definitely, try to make sure that you is gonna respect one another. I'm not gonna let her disrespect you, and I'm not gonna let you disrespect her. Y'all gonna have equal respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I feel that the energy ain't right, I'm not gonna try to force it. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
let that shit come together when it come together. And if their soul becomes a bond, I don't try to get involved in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, question should be should you let your baby mother and your new girlfriend become cool? that's a subject we're gonna get on to, but not at this time. But you know, that's a subject we most definitely want to talk about. But you know what I'm saying? I don't try not to get in between that. If that happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I try to make sure that both parties are feeling like they're respected.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it helps a lot with the process. You know what I'm saying? If
As long
if
as each person know their
each person
place and
respect themselves
respect
and
each
know their
other
place, then it makes it even more easier to take care of this child
and co-parent.
and co-parent. You know what I'm saying? It can actually help out even more. This extra person that if y'all both have an extra person that both know how to and y'all can respect each other extra person,
Right.
it makes the circle of
And all y'all
all
together
together
on the
on that
same
one child on
page.
the same page. Oh my god, man, that shit is taking like a kid of channels like this. That shit is nothing. That shit is nothing
Because
because y'all
when
all on
either
the
of the
same page.
parents, yeah, and then when either of the parents is out of picture, you still get us over that knows like this is how we run stuff here. This is
You
how they
have to
running
run
stuff
stuff over
over
there,
there.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me,
And
what do you think you're doing,
you
ma'am,
might never
sir?
you
Nothing
never
changed over
know.
here. That's different over there. It's the same stuff.
Right, and you never know how that may rub off onto the significant other, especially if they never experienced that. You never know how what it may change. You know what I'm saying? So trust and believe what I say. You know what I'm saying? You most definitely want to get that communication down and stop being so petty or whatever. You know what I'm saying? To one another, like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? You know, try not to fuss and argue in front of the kids. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Most definitely try not to. You know what I'm saying? I try my best if I was, engaging.
Even
I would try my best not to let the kids see that or hear that because it does stains to you. You know what I'm saying? It
even
does traumatize kids whether you want to acknowledge or not.
and
It
not just
does.
with the mother and father, significant others too.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah, facts, facts,
that
facts.
takes a toll on
That
the
takes a
kids
toll
too.
too.
I try my best not to let my daughter or the kids period just see us arguing if we get into it. I always be like, hey, try to close the door, like, oh kids, hey, listen, we over here, go outside or go downstairs or something like that, or close your door and
Right,
put a
right.
movie or something on,
I mean,
something to at least try to drown out in
right.
case it might get a little heated. But it should never get to the point where it's like fighting or anything like that in front of the kids or calling each other names. Like you should try to keep it as within adult range as possible
Right,
and
right.
keep
I
the kids
mean,
as far as like
and
out of it as possible.
and saying that because if you engage with a woman or a dude that has kids, you end up building, or you should have somewhere down the line, build a bond with their child. You know what I'm saying? And that bond can sometimes do things to a kid. You know what I'm saying? That bond can really damage that kid. So, like,
The
even one
kids,
of my baby mamas, I'm really good. I have a really good bond with both our oldest daughters. You feel me? And I even still carry it like that. Like, you know what I mean? Whether they're like in boys, who they talk to, I still carry it like I still
still
look at them
engaged, like
like they're my daughters because I've been around long enough and I look at them like that. Like, that bond does not have to change because
we're
me and their
not
mother are not together. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because that wasn't fake love. That wasn't me. That
right.
wasn't, you know what I mean, me giving fake love to them. That was genuine me loving them for just as who they are. Two human beings, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I still treat them as such. You know what I'm saying? I still treat them like they my daughters at times. Just about all the times. Every time I pull up, is what's going on with school? Bop, this, that, and the third. What boy you like? Who you on the phone with? I know they probably like, yeah, it's not my phone. Like, this nigga's not my phone. I mean, whether they said it or not, I don't really care.
But
But,
I don't even feel like I
like,
get that vibe
yeah.
from them. I just feel like I feel like to them, I feel like you like a cool ass uncle or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, most
Like,
definitely.
like I feel like to them, like when you come over, you like Uncle
I really
E
want
or
to think
something.
about it
Like
like that, though.
that's how I feel like that's the vibe. Like being around and seeing it, like that's the vibe I get. Like
That's the
you,
vibe
like
you get.
yeah,
Like,
like you are
yeah,
uncle. Like
yeah, you
you
Uncle
just
Clutch.
like you are uncle that play like the father at times. Like hey, you know, be cool.
Right,
But
right,
hey, to like no doing too much over there now. All right,
right.
I just want to let you know. I see you.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
most
All right, we
definitely,
cool
most
though.
definitely. Yeah,
But
because
I see
I
you.
still talk to them at some
So
times on their behavior and shit, I still go over them with a few things every now and then. I mean, and we talk about, couple of things. Like, one of my baby mother, her daughter is into painting. Her older daughter, India, she's she's into painting and shit. So I'm gonna try to bring her on the show so she can talk more about her sessions with that and try to get other kids involved. You know, find something for them to do as well. That tune in for that event and when all of that happen as well. But yeah,
Yeah, I think
I
that's
think they
it.
hit. Um, next week, next Thursday, we'll be talking about child support. I feel like
Ooh.
that fall heavy into what we're discussing now, because I feel like that also plays a big role in baby father and baby mother. And I didn't want to jump into too much diversity with that in one video, so
Yeah,
I
we
felt it
might be
like
here
breaking
longer than we
apart.
already have been.
Yeah. So I feel like breaking apart, you know. Uh, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in. For those who did, if you didn't, you're missing out. It's knowledge, people. This is
A
what we
lot,
doing.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We talking. And this our shit. We talk our shit. You feel?
You know, you always get into these conversations with other people anyway about this
Right,
stuff,
right, right. So you might as well
and
go ahead and engage in it and open it in a
you
big ass
know,
group so we can all get on the same page and figure this shit out. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Unite. You know what I mean?
make it work together.
Yeah,
You
get
know,
this shit flowing.
we always try, and they always say black people can never do nothing together. We can never be like crabs in a bucket. We pull each other down. Listen,
This is the time, people. You know what I'm saying? So do two things for me. Comment at the bottom. Subscribe.
you know,
Yeah.
3 things: like the video.
Oh, well, yeah. That too. You know, thanks for joining us at
Talk
Talk
your
Your Shit.
shit.
Good
All
night.
right.
No.